today. From Paul Brown Stadium in Cincinnati, it's Week 8 of the NFL on EA Sports. We'll see Joe Burrow and the Cincinnati Bengals taking on Josh Allen and the Buffalo Bills.
Named for the legendary coach and co-founder of the Bengals, here's a good look at Paul Brown Stadium on the riverfront in Cincinnati. The enthusiasm of this Cincinnati crowd in full effect a moment ago as their Bengals took the field to the delight of this sold-out crowd. And they're all set as they'll match up with the Buffalo Bills. With Charles Davis, as always, I'm Brandon Gaudin. Charles, you talk about storylines in this one. I think it begins and ends with our two quarterbacks, certainly two of the best in the business.
And nowadays, I don't think you can get by for long periods of time without a top-flight quarterback. The way the game is played, with all the responsibility he has and how the game flows through him, if he's not on the top of his game, your team's not going to benefit at all.
Williams to return. And he'll go down as this drive will start at the 25-yard line. Here come the Bengals, and CD, of course, it's Joe Burrow out of LSU at quarterback.
And the numbers were not pretty. I mean, they don't look right. When you throw 2 interceptions, no touchdown passes, there's no way to really make that work. But I thought there were a lot of positives in watching his game tape. I think he's close to putting on a good performance. Let's see if he can flip those numbers around in this game. And, of course, rally his team to a win.
First carry now for Chris Evans. And they're able to get this one across the 35.
How best to describe that one? I'd say right down Broadway on that run.
A straight ahead running. I think that might be something we see a lot of between the tackles today.
Well, he's enjoying things so far here this afternoon. Sees a crease and bursts through it for a solid gain.
On 1st and 10, Joe Burrow. That one taken in by T. Higgins. Well, this defense for the Bills, they were very solid last week in the victory over Baltimore.
But we certainly had a nice conversation with the defensive coordinator, didn't we? And what we heard, I like what we did, but we definitely need more pressure on the quarterback this week.
A good gain on first has them set up with second and just a couple of inches now from the 29. And they go play action now. Burrow. That's complete. It's Cornell Powell. And he's got a first down as the tackle made at the Bills' 43.
Time to give some credit to the big fellows, the offensive line here, because you've got to have good protection on crossing routes, because you've got to give your receiver time to work all the way across the field. That time, be able to scan the field, spot his receiver moving left to right, and make a good, accurate throw. Thank you, guys.
Now a dump off here complete. And he works it past the 30, almost to the 25.
Nice methodical opening drive here. They're already in the field goal range. They're in a good spot. You know that people like to take a shot in this part of the field. But at the same time, as methodical as they've been, they might want to run the ball a little bit here too.
And just on the outskirts of the red zone, they have options now. Either way, though, they've come out with a purpose. 7 yards on the pickup there, and it'll leave them with a 2nd and 3. Pretty effective run there, and now they can start to smell that end zone.
Pound the rock. Make sure you use your O-line to set the tone of dominance and physicality, and pound the rock.
3 yards remain for 2nd down. Out of the gun, it's Burrow. Over the middle, he finds Higgins. I don't think it's a surprise they're throwing the football early. We expected that. They told us they were going to come out firing, but 4 for 4 on the opening drive. They like that.
They don't just like it, they love it, because now Everyone gets locked in. Your confidence jumps up. Everyone's easy about what they're doing out there. And by the way, they're looking at the sideline thinking to themselves and expressing, let's keep throwing it. We're doing pretty well.
And able to get him inside the 5 here, just inside the 5 to about the 4.
Well, I sure wouldn't be surprised if we see more of this as this game goes on, because we know they like to use their wideouts either on quick throws or on jet sweeps like what we just saw there. And to say that that one worked well, partner, that's stating the obvious.
And he's maybe going to get this back to the 4, but that's about all. Call it no gain that time, as it's going to leave him with a 3rd and about 3 to go. Now Burrow. And that is caught. He's got it for a Bengal touchdown. Cornell Powell, his 2nd touchdown on the season. And the Bengals take it right down and score on the opening drive. Now, this is a crew that come out flat their last 2 games, both losses, but just judging by the energy level, they look different here early, and that touchdown shows how.
Yeah, it seems to me that touchdown gets them off the treadmill. Because, you know, you've been on the treadmill. I've seen you work out. You go forever and ever, and it tells you you've gone somewhere, but you're really out here in the same spot. They've exchanged it for an escalator. Still got some hills to climb, but they can get there.
These are good analogies. I run outside sometimes, though. You know, get some fresh air, a little sun on your face.
A little wind in there.
Yeah, that's right. So after the made field goal, here's McPherson to send this one away. This fielded right at the goal line. And a nice return sets him up pretty good here right at the 30-yard line. For the Buffalo offense coming out, and it is Josh Allen who is at the helm.
We both know it's a league where they seemingly throw the ball just about every play. But watching him perform last week where he threw 3 touchdown passes still caught my eye in a big way.
Still kind of the gold standard, 3 touchdown passes, isn't it? And for his efforts last week, AFC Offensive Player of the Week.
I can't wait to see what he does this week.
And he'll be tackled just past the 35 at the 36. He'll get a nice chunk there on the first down run, and it's 2nd and 4. Gonna give this time to the tailback. And the hole closes quickly there. He gets maybe a couple up to the 38. And he'll give it here to his running back. And he's got the first down as he's up to the 45-yard line.
Plenty of things to talk about here, partner, but to me, their defense gave up a touchdown on the first drive. How about how they're responding, coming back? That's a big 3rd down pickup to keep their drive alive.
Now a handoff here to his running back. And he'll maneuver his way forward for about 4. 2nd and 6.
So this game, Charles, you know, we talk about potential unbeaten seasons a lot. It feels like every year at some point in the season we talk about that. But this is one of those games where if you're unbeaten, you got to be careful. You can't take this one too lightly.
You're exactly right about that. And by rights, this should be a cakewalk. Almost a week off. Let the starters run up the score in the first half. Backups get to play in the second. But you and I both know that funny things sometimes happen when you think this way. So it's incumbent upon the starters to really play well to make it work for this team.
Now the first carry for Devin Singletary. And if there was a lane there, it closed up quickly as he stopped for no gain. 2nd down. To throw, it's Allen. Isaiah McKenzie hauling it in. 6 yards is the pickup, and that'll lead to a 3rd down.
Never make the mistake that these slot receivers, especially the little guys like we're watching here, are just quicker than fast. A lot of them combine quickness and speed, and they catch a lot of footballs, as we just saw there.
He's got the connection over the middle to Diggs. And the Bengals grab it, and he brings it back to right around the 26-yard line.
We have seen this before, and we know coaches preach about this and work on it all the time.
And now before the ball changes hands, they're going to take a look at this just to make sure that they have it right. Now the question, was the knee in fact down before this ball comes loose? And is the video convincing enough to overturn it?
A lot of factors here. Remember, you also need clear possession of the football afterwards. This is a tough one to overturn.
So that one overturned. They say the knee was down, and that will not be ruled a fumble. So here's a 1st and 10 now, down inside the 20. Here's Allen following the fumble recovery. This is caught. Touchdown, Bills. Stephon Diggs. His 6th touchdown of the season. And the Bills are an extra point away from tying the football game. And on this play, he just made a great route. The quarterback had to deliver it, sure, but a great route run there.
And, Brandon, this is what the best receivers do. They work on their route running because it's one thing to have athletic ability, but to really get open, you have to set up defensive backs with different routes and be precise in your cuts.
Extra point by Bass, up and good. And that will tie our score here in this opening quarter of play. So all even at 7 now as they kick it away. Williams now on the return. And a decent return out to the 27-yard line. Now whistles, and we've got a man down. The man down here following the kickoff. We'll check on his status when we get back. Here we go. The Cincy offense about ready to go here on their next drive. And they're hoping to redo their efforts in the last drive when they got into the end zone.
And just think of what it's like now on the sideline. Because when you score a touchdown, you have to go over and look at the tablet and see what you did on the last drive. When you scored points, it's a whole lot better view than when you're trying to figure out how to fix things there.
On 2nd and 10. Burrow. Open man is Higgins. And they work this well upfield across the 45.
But one of the ways the quarterbacks keep all the receivers alive in a play, never lock in on any one guy. Make sure you keep your eyes moving, scan the field. And here he finds the open guy for a nice pickup.
Throwing now, Burrow on 1st down. He's going to loft one deep left side here. And this one is incomplete.
There is something to a game plan when trying to keep a defense honest with a guy with that type of speed. You do so. Send him deep. Try and throw some air under it and hope you connect downfield. On that play, they run successful.
And he's going to be brought down on what will be the final play of this first quarter. These two teams all tied after one. So 1st and 10 now in Buffalo territory at the 36. They'll go right back to Evans here on 1st down. Pretty nice aggressive run there before being brought down just inside of the 30. 42 yards on the ground for him so far.
Well, no matter how they phrase it, staying on schedule, staying ahead of the sticks, whatever you want to call it, 7 yards on 1st down, that fits the bill.
From the 29, Burrow completes it to Powell. Touchdown, Bengals! Cornell Powell, his 2nd touchdown of the game, his 3rd on the year. And the Bengals have taken the lead. Now he's having a nice little first half here, partner.
And it's a first half that leaves us anticipating what can still come. I mean, 2 touchdowns already here through the 2nd quarter. There could be plenty more before this game is over.
Extra point by McPherson, up and good. And that makes the score 14-7. touchdown. McPherson on to kick this one away. Isaiah McKenzie now on the return. And they'll start this drive just across the 30. Pretty nice work on the return. Buffalo set to get the football back here. They trail a one-score deficit, 14-7, as they come up 1st and 10. Allen off the play fake. And a flag comes in as that one falls incomplete. Well, let's see who this is on. To a costly penalty yardage-wise, as that'll move the football down to the spot of the foul.
And what the officials are looking for in these situations, whether you're playing the man or the ball. And if you're playing the man, you get a lot less leeway in terms of what's going to happen at the end of the play. But if you're looking for the football, it's less likely to draw the flag.
Yeah, he will go out right near the 35-yard line. Ball up to the 35 now as they come up on 1st and 10. Here's Allen to throw it. And Diggs has it. And inside the 20 before he's brought down.
Well, that was a fun one to watch right there. A nice in-breaking route and plenty of room in the middle of the field. And he was able to get behind the linebackers and grab the completion for a really good pickup.
And just a couple yards there down to the 17.
Early down stuff to put this offense in a precarious position. We know that securing the point of attack, especially against the big-bodied guys in the middle of this D, has got to be priority one.
And they get to him quickly here as he's stopped right around the 13. 3 yards on the pickup. That's going to set up an interesting third and about 4 to go. 2 minutes gone by, second quarter. Allen going to throw. And he's got it. Touchdown. Isaiah McKenzie, his second touchdown on the season. And the Bills are an extra point away from tying the football game.
Extra point by Bass, up and good.
And we are tied here in the second quarter. The drive summary that time, 5 plays. And it ends in a Buffalo touchdown. This one tied at 14 now as he sends this one away.
And Williams going to sit on this one. It'll be a touchback. Cincinnati set to take over once again.
And Charles, the way touchdowns have come so fast and furious for both sides in this thing, it's starting to feel a little bit more like maybe a tennis match in a football game.
Yeah, I like your description there. Maybe we're sitting in a nice royal box watching this type of a game. But let's face it, right now, the way it's going back and forth, it's going to come down to who can get a stop.
Timing is so important on a route like this because he's going to line up out right and then cut straight across the field. I think the ball might have come out a count or two too late because by the time he was able to secure it, not much of a chance to turn it upfield.
And tackled down after a gain of 3. Leaves him with 1 yard to go on 3rd down. That's some good tackling there to keep him short of that yellow line.
Yeah, defensively, all I'm thinking is that on that play, get me to 3rd down. Get me into a position where I can make one more play and get my defense off the field.
They'll try to run for this with Evans.
And able to get this one across the 45 before he's brought down.
58 yards now on the ground on just 7 carries.
Brandon, what were they thinking on defense there? They looked like they were playing for the pass. That was 3rd and short. Yeah, it was an easy pickup because they handed it to him. That was way too easy.
Just looked like absolute confusion defensively. Not sure why they were in that set.
Yeah, I'd say you should have a few men in the box there.
And taking it across midfield and just shy of the 40. So 1st and 10 now in Buffalo territory at the 42-yard line. Now it's Burrow. Over the middle, complete. It's Powell. And they're able to get this one past the 30 to the 25-yard line.
Good strong throw and catch right there. And so far in this game, the alleys have been open for them to get completions, and they're taking advantage of it.
On 1st and 10, it's Evans.
And he can only manage to get a couple. 2nd and 8 coming up.
Well, any lane that might have been open there was closed pretty quickly, and that was because the defensive front, they won that battle at the point of attack at the line of scrimmage. They used great leverage, held their spot, and stacked him up.
So 8 yards on the completion there, and that's going to make it 3rd down and less than a yard. 2nd quarter, 2 minutes to go. Tie ball game. Burrow on 3rd down. Got an open man. That's C.J. Uzomah. Touchdown, Bengals. C.J. Uzomah. His 2nd touchdown on the season. And the Bengals have broken our tie as they take the lead. Extra point by McPherson, up and good. And the lead is now 21-14. So after the made field goal, here's McPherson to send this one away. Returning it, Isaiah McKenzie. And they will wrangle him down a couple yards shy of the 30. Getting set to go again as we look at the back heading onto the field again. He's just been looking for some space. I'm not going to pin it on him or the offensive line, but they need to get this run game going better.
Sometimes you just have to credit the defense. They came into the plan themselves. So I think now you try and mix things up a little bit. Get the ball in the hands of some other people, find some other playmakers, but always let the defense believe that he's still a threat.
I was going to say, don't forget about it.
No, don't take him totally out of the game.
Allen's throw taken in by Diggs. 7 yards, the pickup there. Working with a 2nd and 3.
One of the selling points of the in route is it gives the quarterback a really nice sight line to his receiver and almost on a direct shot able to throw the ball into the middle of the field and have a great chance of success as they did on that play.
Now the Bills are going to use the first of their timeouts as the stoppage will come with a little under a minute to go in this first half. Ball up to the 35 now as they come up on 1st and 10. Allen now looks to throw. And this will be incomplete. Physical play on the football there, and it's 2nd down. Well, the incompletion, yes, but maybe here not the worst thing in the world?
No, not on 1st and 10. Actually gives them a chance to regroup, relax just a little bit. They huddle up, talk it over, then they get a chance.
Allen hit. He lost the football.
Much like a running back going through the line, quarterbacks have to be aware of protecting the football as well. He left it exposed that time, wound up having it knocked free, but fortunately had an alert teammate who was able to get it.
So possession still theirs, but now they face a 3rd down. Working out of the shotgun. Here's Allen. It's complete to Diggs. And he will have a 1st down here as they get into field goal range, down just shy of the 20. Play action. Allen. He's got his target. It's the tight end Knox. And he is into the end zone for a Buffalo touchdown. Dawson Knox as the first half is winding down. And the Bills have a chance to tie the game here in the final seconds of the half. Extra point by Bass, up and good. And we are tied here in the 2nd quarter. A couple of teams locked into a good one here. 21 all the score as the kick's away. And not wanting to risk anything here late in the half, he'll just take a knee and they'll bring the football out to the 25. The Bengals drive about to get going as they'll take over with just 13 seconds to go before the break. And they're just going to run it here up the middle. And defensively, they're just looking to keep him contained as they're able to get him down. Now a timeout taken. Perhaps a chance for one more quick play and then another timeout if they hurry. We'll see. 6 yards on that last play. Here's 2nd and 4. Burrow will throw to Evans on the slant. And this offense going to elect to burn a timeout with 5 seconds remaining in quarter number 2. And they line up now for what will likely be the last play of the first half. Final play of the half for Burrow and company. And that is incomplete. 2 seconds left on the clock.
And that's one of those plays where it's hard to keep 2 eyes on the football when you know the contact's coming, let alone getting 2 hands around it, hugging it to your body, and absorbing the hit, even for those big tight ends who you would think could absorb that contact.
He's going to float this one deep right side.
And this a leaping effort, but it's knocked away and incomplete.
So thanks to the late touchdown, it's a time ball game here heading. Well, why don't we hold off on the halftime update after all? Seems like everyone's ready to go here for the second half in Week 8 in the NFL. And ready to get the party started for the second half. It was an even first half, all tied on the scoreboard.
Well, the Bills offense set to take over to begin quarter number 3. It's a tie football game here. What do you think, Charles, the message was at halftime?
Well, I think that they probably just looked at things and said, we're fortunate that this is a tie game. No need to panic. No need to change a whole lot. We didn't play anything close to our best in the first half, so we don't have to go out and win one for the Gipper. Let's just go out and play our best football and win one for us.
This is a draw play. Allen gives to Singletary. And not much to speak of. Call it a 1-yard gain up to the 26.
It looks like they've got 6 DBs on the field here for a 3rd and 9.
Throwing now is Allen. And he'll be taken down by the Bengal pressure. Trey Hendrickson in there to get him. And on the season now, that is 9 sacks for him. Here's Matt Hawk now. As the drive goes backwards, so he's on to punt it away. He was only asked to punt once in the victory last week as he sends this one away. That'll be a 41-yard punt, just 1 yard on the return. And the Bengals will take over here 1st and 10. So here are the Bengals now as they get their first possession of this second half. And the points, they have come fast and furious in this quarter.
You really don't want to be on the defensive side of the ball right now, do you? Because you're either thinking, my replacement may get an opportunity.
Your head better be on a swivel.
Totally. Or maybe I just need to get out of the game for a while because I just can't slow these guys down. They've got to figure out a way to disrupt these offenses. And typically, one guy makes a big play, and that can help change things.
They'll be looking for disruption on both sides right now. First down. Here's Burrow. And Burrow going to be hit and taken down. They got him. Chris Jones make that now 8 sacks for him on the season. Well, you don't usually get a sack from a nose tackle spot, but we got one there.
No, we don't. And a lot of the times in passing situations, they end up off the field anyway. So how happy was he to work his way back to the quarterback and put him on the ground? He's going to have to put a nickname after something like that, some big jelly or something like that. You can see the time and effort and thought that they put into their passing game because it was evident right there. It looks like a simple pitch and catch, but you and I both know that they have planned for this and worked hard to make it happen.
And he is going to have a Bengals first down. They needed 5 there on 3rd down. He winds up getting 7.
Now Burrow on first down. Into heavy traffic, and it's intercepted.
Picked off by Jalen Johnson.
Room here to run. And he is going to score. It's a pick 6 and a Bills touchdown.
Well, it certainly looked to me like he tapped into the quarterback's thought process there. And what I'm hearing more and more when I go around the league, defenders sitting in on quarterback meetings trying to learn more about how they think. so they can be in the right position to be in the right spot, as he was there to pick that one off and take it all the way back for a touchdown.
Extra point by Bass, up and good. And they will take a 7-point lead. So they'll get another shot on offense following that pick six. And now the kick is away. And Williams going to sit on this one. It'll be a touchback. Cincinnati now ready to take the field. And last time, decent field position through the pick six. Obviously costly.
But they can't afford to just bunker in now. All right, good field position means go ahead and attack on offense. Try and press the advantage a little bit. They just have to be better with the football on this possession.
So the last one didn't bother you too much last time?
No, because it's exactly what you're supposed to do. You can't have good field position, not try to take advantage of it. Sometimes the defense makes a good play, too.
Following the pickup of 4, here's 2nd and 6. Here's Burrow setting up to throw it. Got his man complete over the middle. That's Powell. Touchdown! Cornell Powell, 71 yards. And the Bengals are an extra point away from tying up this football game. And McPherson on for the extra point. He's got it. This thing's turning a bit wild here. We're tied at 28. That drive started on their own 25. 2 plays, 75 yards later, into the end zone. So right back to square one, tied at 28 as he kicks it away. McKenzie returning it. And he'll be stopped up at the 25. The Bills come to the line to start their next drive. And their lead has evaporated in this third quarter. It's tied once more as they begin with a 1st and 10. Eluding the pressure right. He's going deep for Brown. And that is incomplete. Third quarter, all tied up. This is 2nd and 10. On play action, Allen. Back to Brown, this time complete. And down he goes, but he takes it up to the 40.
And that's a more than acceptable read right there because it's zone coverage, so timing is everything. This time he waits for his man to come open, puts it right on him, and they pick up a 1st down.
Looking for Diggs, and it's intercepted. Hooked up by Jesse Bates. And they'll set up shop right near midfield at the 49-yard line. So this is something we didn't see at all from this offense in the victory last week. That's a turnover. They didn't have any, but giving the ball away here in the opening quarter.
I love the surprise in your voice because it's exactly what you stated. Didn't see it last week, but it's a key to their win. And it'll be a key to this game as well, protecting the football. Didn't get it done there.
So from the 39 now, they'll come up on a 1st and 10. On the handoff, it's Evans. And he'll take this ahead for about 4. 2nd down coming up.
Well, on every play call, you realize it's not going to go for a touchdown. So a lot of your calls are setting things up for maybe later in the game, trying to establish the inside run with toughness now, hopefully get to the perimeter later. And let's face it, you could do worse than a 4-yard run on 1st down.
And he'll be upended at the 33 following a gain of 3. And guess what? It brings up 3rd down. Now it's Burrow. That's caught by the tight end, Drew Sample. And he is going to have a Bengals 1st down. They needed 4. He doubled that. He wound up getting 8.
That was a route run not just with dexterity, but with intelligence. Found the hole in the zone, made sure the quarterback saw him, and was able to make the sure catch and flip the down marker back to 1.
Looking for the end zone. And this is going to be intercepted. Picked up by Jalen Johnson. And the Bills are going to get the football here as the ball will come out to the 20.
Well, they were in a great position to take the lead, Charles. Obviously, all they needed was a field goal to do that. They wanted the touchdown. Unfortunately, they're going to get neither.
And you know every offense talks about the same thing each week, don't they, Brandon? They want to end every drive with a kick, whether it's a field goal attempt, a point after the touchdown, or at worst a punt. This time they had that opportunity but didn't get it because you know the field shrinks that close to the end zone, and that allows a defense to tighten up their coverage, and they pick that one off. I'll tell you what, a lot of those mid-range throws have been available because sometimes teams get too concerned about the deep ball and they leave too much space in front of them, and these guys have been taking advantage so far.
And that is going to do it for this third quarter of action. We'll return with more after this. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports. Back-to-back good plays have them on the move on first down. Defensively, a solid response after giving up back-to-back first downs.
Still 9 remaining on second down.
So the shotgun snap to Allen. Out to the left, he's got his tight end Knox. It's a loss of a yard, so it's back to 3rd and 10.
An important play right here, 3rd and 10.
And I would expect pressure here.
And that incomplete, nearly intercepted. And remember, he had his hands on one earlier, had one pick. Could have been his second, but instead it's 4th down.
Here's Matt Hawk now as he'll punt it away for the second time. And a great job on special teams to down it, as this will be marked out inside the 5-yard line.
That punt was near perfection as it checked up inside the 5-yard line. You never know where these things are going to go, do you?
No, what was it? You got a John Heisman quote about that,
yeah,
right?
He said the football is roughly a prolate spheroid, which means it's going to bounce funny, and you never know where it's going to end up.
The drive starts with a completion left side. And that's good for a pickup of 10 yards. And it'll be second and very short.
Here's a handoff to Evans out of the gun.
And he is met quickly in the backfield. Down he goes, folded like a lawn chair. And the Bengals on 3rd down. No problems to this point. A perfect 5 for 5. Here it's 3rd and 2. Burrow looking to pass, and that is incomplete. They don't get the hook up there, but you really have to marvel at how precise he's been throwing the football these last couple weeks.
Oh, that's the perfect word for it, precise, because if you're at 70% or better 2 weeks in a row, you have a job as long as you want one in this league, won't you? I mean, let's face it, it's not just West Coast offense either. He's putting the ball downfield as well.
So a change of possession here on the punt. And the Bills will take over the football with a 1st and 10. Here's the Buffalo offense now as they get set to take over here.
Excellent job by their defense to force the punt and provide them with this opportunity, all tied in the 4th quarter.
He's going deep for Brown. Launches deep. A jump ball, and this is caught. And he is finally out of bounds, just shy of the 5, all the way down at the 6. A field goal could get him the lead, but it might not be enough here as they come up on 1st and goal. And he'll take this into the end zone. Now, hold on here. We do have a flag down, so let's see what this is about.
Holding offense.
Late game, that hurts. Take the touchdown off the board.
No doubt about it, and this is where you make a great movie scene, right? Go in, rally the team. Okay, we lost points there. Let's get it back and go out and score again. Can he get it done?
Now a throw to the end zone on 1st down, but it winds up incomplete.
That was a touchdown if he could have hung on. Instead, it was a well-timed collision to jar that one free.
So an incomplete pass a moment ago, and that leads to 2nd and goal. And to give this time to the tailback. Runs over him, and he's able to get it down to the 2-yard line. 46 yards rushing for him now in the ball game. This is kind of one of those in-between plays here, Charles, on 3rd and goal from the 2 or the 3 in that area. What do you dial up?
Something quick hitting. You don't have the time for something that develops slowly. It's got to be right at...
And he's going to go down. This will count as a sack, a very short sack, taken down at the 2. So here we go. Maybe the biggest kick of the game forthcoming. This to break our 4th quarter tie. The kick by Bass is good. And the Bills have taken the lead here in the 4th. Well, I don't know if they would have gone for it on 4th and goal anyway, but the sack on 3rd down pretty much made their mind up for them.
You're exactly right about that. And this is a tough place on the field to take a sack because, as you just noted, it took the decision-making away from them. Now they have to go for a field goal instead of potentially going for it.
The Cincy offense about ready to go here on their next drive. And now they find themselves trailing following the field goal. Still a good amount of time in this 4th quarter, but this drive very well could determine the outcome of this ball game. Oh, this one incomplete. The pressure got to him as he released it, and it's 2nd down. So the incompletion, and now it's 2nd and 10, again from the 25-yard line. They're passing here. Joe Burrow. Open is Powell. That's complete. And it's out. He put it on the carpet. And the defense not able to get it. From a defensive perspective, what's that moment like when you realize the ball is loose?
It is a moment where all concentration goes right to the football. This is something you've talked about in all your prep.
And the Bills are going to get him as he goes down. Chris Jones in there to get him, and on the season now, that is 9 sacks for him. Defense went 3-4. They got some push from the inside.
And this is something in a 3-4 you don't normally get because the nose tackle who got the sack, he's usually responsible or ends up getting double-teamed and sometimes triple-teamed. How about him working his way back and putting the big guy on the ground?
It's a pickup of 12, and that'll set up a 3rd down.
That's a good bounce-back play right there after taking a sack on 1st down. Didn't quite get it to the marker, but now they're in a much better spot for a 3rd and short yardage call. If you're the offensive coordinator, you like looking at that section a heck of a lot better than trying to figure out 3rd and long.
And a penalty flag down as he gets only about a yard. And let's listen in on the call. So instead of giving them another 3rd down, they'll decline it, brings up 4.
Now that's smart football right there. You don't even have to really spend a lot of time considering it. Just know that you're probably going to get the ball back. Good job declining that penalty.
Here we go. It's Burrow on 4th down. And Burrow going to be intercepted yet again. Levi Wallace with a pick.
Well, baseball folks, Charles, they like to talk about the 3 true outcomes, a strikeout, a walk, or a home run. But for this quarterback, it's been the 2 true outcomes here. He's got 4 touchdown passes, but now a 3rd interception.
And it pains you to think that you have to try and tell him to rein it in. But at the same time, you can't just chuck it up there and hope for the best. And old school football coaches will tell you there's 3 true outcomes throwing the ball, and 2 of them are bad.
The 1st down run got 5. Here's 2nd and 5. They'll try and run some clock here as they keep it on the ground. He'll get about 4 here, down to the 43-yard line. Now the objective there, I mean, yes, the positive gain, that's nice, but work some clock.
Yeah, you're exactly right. But the problem for them is still within a possession, so they can't just sit on it running the ball. They'll have to find a way to throw it effectively as well.
And he is going to have a Bills 1st down as they're able to convert by plenty there on 3rd and 1. 3 points separating these two sides with 2 minutes left to go in the 4th. So it's Bills football here as we get you reset. They've got a 1st and 10 as they look to try and finish this one off. On 1st down, they stick with Singletary. And now right out of the 2-minute break, we'll get a timeout used defensively with 1:56 to go. After the pickup of 5, here's 2nd and 5. And he'll give it here to his running back. And he'll be a couple yards shy of the red zone here at the 22-yard line. And now we're going to get a timeout defensively. So another stop, 1:50 left in the football game. And not totally home free yet, but it's looking good as they come up 1st and 10. Now a handoff here to his running back. And he'll work this forward for about 3. It's 2nd down. Now the Bengals going to signal for their 3rd and final timeout as they'll talk things over prior to this upcoming 2nd down play. Going to give this time to the tailback. And they'll get him down right around the 16. 3 yards on the pickup. That's going to set up an interesting 3rd and about 4 to go. And on the ground they go with a running back. And he will have the 1st down before he's tackled at the 12.
But they picked up a little bit of yardage there, and now, in this situation, should be in no hurry to run a play really fast. Let the clock wind down.
And he'll give it here to his running back. And he's able to get it down to the 2-yard line.
84 yards rushing for him now as he has been tremendous all day long.
If nothing else, they've already taken a couple minutes off the clock here already as they come up 2nd. And he's across for the touchdown. And in the final minute, that should just about seal it.
And that touchdown should make you feel comfortable. But do you really feel like it's totally over yet?
Not totally, but I think you're pretty much there.
Yeah, you've still got to make sure you stay with it, do all the right things down the stretch, especially on defense. But that touchdown there, you've got to feel good about your chances.
The extra point by Bass, up and good.
And his guys will take a 10-point lead.
And Williams going to sit on this one. It'll be a touchback. So Burrow and the Bengals
down by 10. A little under 40 seconds to go. And they're in danger of a 3rd straight loss as they come up on 1st and 10.
To throw, Burrow.
Throwing over the middle, but it's incomplete.
And let's face it, this defense has had its share of struggles all game long, and they know that they can put it all behind them if they defend well here in the 2-minute drill. Excellent coverage right there to force the incompletion.
And he comes back with one complete. And he's out of bounds, able to take this one up to the 35. 9 yards, and that leaves him just short, so it'll be 3rd and less than a yard.
And now it appears that the referee's been buzzed, and we'll get a review. And this being inside 2 minutes of play, everything coming from up above. So the folks in New York just going to wind up confirming what the official saw as this play will stand as is. And that one off the mark, a little late with a throw.
That means there's just one last chance left, and this has to be a 1st down or a touchdown, or this game's over.
Now Burrow.
And they hit him as he throws, as this one's going to go straight down to the turf. Incomplete. They had to go for it with such little time remaining. And the Bills are going to take over in excellent field position.
Back now on offense, the Buffalo Bills.
And they've got this one in hand. No timeouts remaining defensively, so this one should just be one kneel and then handshakes. That one looks like he'll throw here. And he whips that one incomplete there.
2nd and 10.
Back to throw. Green. And he's going to get this down near the 20-yard line.
But when you're up by 2 scores in the fourth quarter and you're going to throw the football, expect to see a lot of man coverage, because usually what comes along with man coverage is pressure. So if you're a play caller and you want to keep throwing the football, that's